Hi everyone. Okay, so today we are going to go over the value scale and we're going to use this for our next project. It's a little bit of practice going from light to dark, and you can see here I am barely using any pressure on my pencil over here. We're using a regular pencil going up until 8, and then I started to use my ebony pencil, which is a little bit darker than the regular drawing pencil. So this is just a finished scale, so you can see how I go from light to dark. And I'm going to show you how to do that on this one. Okay, so I'm going to leave the first one blank, and then I'm going to barely put any pressure on my pencil. And I'm going to lightly shade this area. And then you can see it's very streaky like that. So I'm going to go very lightly again. I'm barely putting any pressure on the paper. And I'm going to cross hatch. So I'm going to go the other direction so it doesn't look as streaky. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to slowly start to build up a little bit more pressure as I go along in the scale. So I find it a lot easier to slowly build up your pencil marks. The same thing that we did in our color pencil blending, where you're lightly building up color. With this, we're not working with color, but you can still use the same technique and lightly build up your pressure of your pencil. Okay, so you can see there's a slow gradient of color. Again, if I go in one direction, I'm going to go in the opposite direction, so that transition is a little bit more smooth. Again, I'm going back into each rectangle and just building up my pencil marks. So you can see I'm holding my pencil at an angle and I'm giving pencil a little bit more pressure on this paper. So I'm slowly making this a little bit darker than the last one that we did. So I'm putting even more pressure as I'm going to the 7. And I like to switch either to ebony pencil around either the 7 or 8 square. Now I'm going to switch onto my ebony pencil. It's a little bit easier to get your dark values with the ebony pencil rather than the regular pencil. It's a little bit darker. And I'll keep building up my pressure until I get to the end where, as we practice with our colored pencil, you're not going to see any white of the paper. So anyways, this is again the final version of my value scale. You can see where I start off light and then I move and I go a little bit darker every single rectangle. So again, you're adding more pressure on your pencil the higher you go up in numbers. And that's about it.